Welcome to In Touch News. I'm David Gibbons. More and more consumers are going to Amazon and eBay to buy products than ever before. And it's the same for print consumables such as ink and toner too. News broke last week about a multi-million-dollar deal, for example, between China-based PrintRite selling its aftermarket printing consumables online with e-commerce giant Alibaba. But not all e-commerce sites are working for distributors, leaving many trying to sell inks and toners online confused and disillusioned. To help unpack all of this, I have Ian Elliott, CEO of Power ECommerce Online from the United States. Greetings, Ian.
Hello, David.
So tell me, Ian, why is e-commerce working for some and yet not for others?
Well, David, e-commerce is dependent on web traffic, and most small resellers have no web traffic, so they cannot do e-commerce. The larger organizations, Amazon, Depot Max, Staples, have a lot of web traffic, and they accordingly do e-commerce.
So Ian, is there a viable opportunity for the smaller independent resellers to compete against the likes of Staples, Depot Max and Amazon?
Well, David, yeah, I think there really is. In the United States alone, the market for ink and toner is $25 billion. Of that $25 billion, 80% is OEM and high-priced compatibles. And we really think, even if the market's in a slow decline, that there's a tremendous opportunity for small resellers if they're equipped with the right content, the right information to compete effectively with the larger organizations.
Okay, so do you think the printer cartridge resellers really understand the power of social media, digital media and e-commerce?
No, David, I don't. I think it's a bad rap from celebrities like Kim Kardashian, and it's all media nonsense. Whereas the reality is that social media is part of everybody's daily lives, and it's a very powerful business tool to be used if you know how to do so.
So is the use of social and digital media an option for resellers to be successful?
No. Next question. No, it's not. But seriously, David, social media is part of our daily lives, and to be able to use social media effectively to expand your audience, to engage your audience, and to publicize your value proposition in order to develop your business. It's really the only way forward for the future. It has to be part of everyday activity for all businesses, large and small.
So Ian, how can these smaller reseller companies get into e-commerce easily without all the frustration and disillusionment?
Well, David, e-commerce is not easy. Developing traffic back to a website is not easy. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of components that are needed in order to make it all work. And if you look at what resellers have done over the last decade or so, they've dabbled in each of the little pieces that are needed to try and start to do e-commerce. But without the roadmap or without the pathway, a guided pathway to go down, they found it very difficult. So they start a little bit in social media, they start a little bit in blogging, and then they give up because they don't see the instant results. So what we feel like the industry needs is a fully developed solution, so out-of-a-box solution, turnkey solution that they can use to rely on other people's experience to bring in all those components that are required in order to successfully start to develop web traffic, knowing that after the web traffic started, then e-commerce is going to follow. You're not going to get e-commerce before. You have to start developing the web traffic. You've got to have a good reason why a visitor is going to come to your site and engage on the site. And if you can crack that code, then there's a huge opportunity moving forward for developing e-commerce.
So Ian, does your Digitol service, that's D-I-G-I-T-O-L service, make it simple for resellers to find customers?
Well, David, I think there's nothing simple about e-commerce, and it's hard work, it takes time. But what we've attempted to provide with our solution is a one-stop service, a turnkey solution that all these different components of the digital world that we live in today, they're all solved so that the reseller, he can move forward with confidence that each of those pieces is being taken care of. You know, I kind of like to view it as that we're like a digital machine operating in the background, and our customer is the meet and greet and close the order in the foreground. We're not providing a silver bullet solution. that means our reseller can sit at home, put his feet up, and wait for the orders to roll in. That is not going to happen. We provide the back-end digital solution, and we're relying on our customers to get out into the field in their local market and to develop real relationships with their customers in that local market. Remember, these giant companies, they can't do that. So we're putting a comparable digital solution into a reseller business, and then they're going to leverage that solution by getting out and meeting with customers, providing a real service, real face-to-face contact with their customers, knowing behind them there's this digital platform that equals anything else that's out there from Amazon or Depot Max, Staples, etc.
So what kind of content are you actually providing for the resellers?
So the content, blogging, white papers, just a simple email campaign. They're not easy to conduct. There has to be a strategy, there has to be a purpose. So often we see in all of our inboxes, it's sell, 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 sell. And before someone's going to buy from them, they've got to trust you, you've got to educate them. So that's what we're bringing to the table. It's a orchestrated strategy for building trust and confidence in a reseller's product offering, his value proposition, so that he can then move forward to develop his business.
Now you say you are providing a partnership, so it's not a case that you're doing everything for the reseller, right? I mean, I just want to check, they still have work to do.
They for sure have work to do. What we're really trying to focus on, David, if you think back to this industry we've all been in for so many years, the typical reseller, if you like, most likely started off, a large part of his time was engaged in remanufacturing cartridges. He had a technical skill set that's really become obsolete as this industry has moved forward. And instead, there's this requirement for digital services. Well, that's what we do, and that's what we generally think they're not able to do. So by us slotting that into his toolbox, if you like, by us providing those digital skills, he can then focus on his activities in front of his customers, building a business, and taking part in this, what I call a $20 billion growth opportunity.
But surely, Ian, there's a lot of competing services out there that do exactly the same thing that you're talking about.
Well, there is really nothing in our service that's brand new and no one else has done before. And I think that's a good thing. Everything that we're providing, someone else has already done and proven. The problem is, David, that for a typical reseller, he has to go out and get all these pieces from different places and put them together and then try and make it all work. And if he picks the wrong piece and it fails, he doesn't know which piece is wrong, he's experimenting. So we've solved all those problems. We reduce the risk, we reduce the time frame, we provide a more certain outcome. Now, it's not free, and it's hard work. It takes time for all these efforts to come together and to accomplish the goal. But the key here is that we do offer a partnership, and we're looking to develop our client base with relationships and loyalties that last for years. We're by that person, by our customer's side, to help them succeed with their e-commerce efforts.
So tell me, Ian, how can viewers get in touch with you to find out more?
They can visit our website at digitalservices.com. They can call us by phone. We're available to talk to anybody who's interested.
Thanks, Ian.
Yeah, thank you, David.
I've been talking with Ian Elliott, who has some 35 years experience with office products, particularly in ink and toner. Helping you keep in touch at rtmworld.com, I'm David Gibbons.